Oh, hey guys. Wowzers. Look at me. Oh, fucked up. Oh, shit, man. It's fucking crazy, man. Shit, man. Yeah, I've been working 7 days a week. I've been working 7 days a week for 3 months. 3 weeks. And then, but from December through January and February, I work 6 days a week. So starting in December, I work 6 days a week up until March. Starting March 1st, I work 7 days a week. Fuck, man. Whatever, man. It's like being in a fucking military boot camp and shit. Getting trained. I do get paid to work out, I guess, physical labor. Fuck, man. Fucking so exhausted, dude. But anyway, whatever, man. So, I'm brewing up my coffee. I don't have anything particular in mind to talk about. Let's see. Some crazy shit going on over here, it seems like. Oh, good, I did lock my door. That's a good thing. You always want to lock your doors, if you can remember. So this video is for entertainment purposes only. Any and everything that I say could be wrong. So because of this, you really should always do your own research, come to your own conclusions. Coffee's brewing. God damn, dude. So for those of you that don't know, I cut my hair recently. So yeah. I had a long beard and long hair. How long ago was that when I cut it? January. I'm trying to think. November, maybe? It was November, I think. I cut off my beard and my hair. And it was mostly because I was getting harassed getting my hair. You don't see people that have never grown a long beard and a long hair. They don't understand. They don't understand. If you have a long beard and long hair, you're going to get harassed. You're going to get attacked. See, I'm a Viking. My heritage is Viking, and so I was just embracing my Viking heritage. I'm not even joking with you. Like my heritage is Viking. My last name means like the meaning of my last name means that I'm the son of like one of the most famous Viking kings that ever lived. And it isn't just that I have a little bit of Nordic blood in me. It's like I happen to just by circumstance have a lot of Nordic blood, like 70% or more. And it's really weird because my mom and my dad, they didn't. I doubt they even knew that they were both of Nordic descent when they got together. Because my mom was like fucking 19 or something. Anyway, whatever. But, it's true. Like, my heritage is Viking. And so, I figure, this is a free country, right? We should be able to embrace our heritage, where we come from, stuff. So I was like, fuck it, grow up. I mean, that's just one thing, one aspect of it. But, yeah. I should be able to, but the thing is you're not. See, this is what I'm saying. This is not a free country. There's no. It's all bullshit, dude. It's not a free country. You're not. You're all just. You and me, we're just visitors here. There's no free country. At least not for you and me. Maybe for, the people in the club. But we're not part of that. We're merely just visiting. And we're here to serve at their pleasure. That's why I go to work. 8 hours a day, 7 days a week. But yeah, so I cut my hair and my beard. And it was because I just couldn't take the harassment anymore. My boss is harassing me. Just like everybody, because I'm doing something different than what everyone else is doing, and people get really uncomfortable, around, like when someone is doing something, like that, remember in Sesame Street where it's like, one of these kids is doing his own thing, And then on Sesame Street, the exercise is for the child to discern which of these kids is doing their own thing, right? If you're really, truly, like, forging your own path, doing your own thing, dude, you're gonna get attacked, bro. On all sides, everywhere. My mom was always my mom, whenever she would see me, she would be all disappointed because I had a beard down to here and my hair was down to here. Oh, son, why don't you cut your hair? It looks so terrible. You look like a homeless guy. That's the point, Mom. And then my boss is, like, at my last job, fucking harassing me every day that I need to cut my hair and shit. It was just so ridiculous. Because I worked for them for like 6.5 years, and 6.5 years of daily, like, telling me I should cut my hair. It's like, well, dude, it's not a requirement of the job. I mean, why? What does it matter? I'm doing my job. And that kind of work, the reason I got into that work is because it doesn't matter. It's actually better. It's better for my boss's business that I had long hair, and I can explain all this, like because my last job, my boss sold crystals and stuff, So there's all kinds of advantages. See, when in the crystal, gem, and mineral business and stuff, having a diverse people, like having a diverse crew, can be beneficial because you have all different kinds of people that buy crystals, But on top of that, you also have a lot of people that are into magic and wizardry and shit. And I had a big long wizard beard. Like, they would always be attracted to me because I had a long beard and long hair. So those types of customers that were all into the the powers of crystals and stuff, they would always be more drawn to me because I look like a wizard, kind of, because I am a wizard. But that's beside the point. And so that was one of many advantages to me having a beard. But see, my bosses didn't really understand, and the main reason is because they're not from America. They hardly speak English, so they don't even understand American culture at all, let alone Viking. They would never understand the Viking culture. They understand Chinese culture, that's it. They never assimilated to America. They just... I mean, I like them. They're really great people, in a lot of ways. I mean, they're just people like everyone else, but I really like them, But nonetheless, these are the things. They're Chinese, man. And they're rich. Rich people You know, it's like remember Nancy Pelosi during the big lockdowns, and she's like pulling the freezer open and showing everybody, oh, you know, the lockdown is easy. Just go buy $10,000 worth of ice cream and stock it up in your freezer, and look at, that's what I did. Like, rich people are so out of touch with reality and what the common people experience. They're just completely out of touch. So my boss was very rich. They're very rich. You know, 2/3 of them are from China that can't or can hardly speak English. They have no interest in American culture at all. Yeah. And so they were always like, they were so baffled by, why would I have a beard and long hair? Like, why? You know? And so they would always be like, you really should cut your hair. And they would lecture me. I mean, this was like constant for like 6.5 years. It's ridiculous. So in November of 2024, I just couldn't take it anymore. I was just, and also like, but see, I did it for me, not for them, because I'll do this. I've done it many times where I grow a long beard and long hair, and then after a while, there'll be all kinds of different reasons like that, and I just get sick of it, and so then I'll just shave it all off. You know, and just cut everything off. And then it all just grows back anyway. So I've done this many times, you know, like 2 or 3 times. It's just a pattern, a pattern. I don't know why. It just is, you know. It's just a pattern that I've always kind of done since I started growing a long beard and long hair. And but it's either like long hair and long beard, or I do like a buzz. I just get the clippers out and just, you know, shave it all off, whatever. But you may not know that about me. My whole internet presence, when I started doing a channel back in 2016 or somewhere around there, I had the beard and long hair. Actually, my beard was a lot shorter though. I mean, I don't know. It was kind of different. It was there, but it wasn't. But then over the years, it grew. It was growing. It was like down to here. It's just a big, long, thick, just beard, you know. And it was really crazy. And this always happens like when I haven't seen my face for like, you know, 8 years or something, because it's all covered in a beard. So then when I cut it off, I'm like, oh my God, dude. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like have you ever seen a bear without hair? I saw that picture circulating on the internet, and it was like a riddle. It was trying to get the person, can you identify what this is? And it looked like a fucking werewolf, dude. It looked scary as fuck. It looked way scarier than a bear. You ever seen a bear with no hair? A bear with no hair looks way scarier than like a bear full of hair. Like they look like a fucking like a mix between a werewolf and an alien or something. Like they look fucking crazy. So anyway, but that's what happens when I take all my shit off. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit, dude? It grows back pretty fast though. But anyways, whatever, you know. So I cut my hair. I don't like it. You know, I don't like it. You always have to adjust when you get a new haircut. It's like you gotta, okay, this is weird. But it's just part of life, you know, whatever. You get over it pretty quick. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, does it? Not really. That's one of the reasons too why I cut my hair. Was like, what does it even matter anyways? It isn't like white people are defending other white people's right to you know, embrace and uphold their heritage, you know, right? You don't see people that are like, yeah, we need to be proud of our, Viking heritage. You don't see white people. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a fuck about anything. Nobody cares. Just, come on. All this white nationalist shit. It's such a crock of fucking horse shit, dude. Who gives a fuck about that? And nobody never will. Nobody does. What are you gonna do? So I'm a stranger in a strange land again. This is where being in a strange land is my comfort zone. That's where I belong. Is in a strange land. That's where I belong. Always have, man. I can't really be in more place for more than a year. That started back before I can even remember. My whole life has been like that. Yeah. About give it a year or two, and I'm moving. I'm out. I'm gone. And when I was a kid, it was out of my control. That's just how life went. Yeah. Give it 1 or 2. By 1 or 2 years, I was moving to either a different city or a different state, and that was like all my life, all my growing up, and then it just once a person gets conditioned and groomed, you might say, that's what they become. So I'm just like a traveler. I don't like being in one place for very long. Get tired of the same bullshit and stuff. So, but no matter where I go, there I am. This can be a problem. This is why, maintaining myself, like keeping an eye on what's going on with me, what's going on within me, checking in with myself, make sure, in a general sense, I'm okay. Am I, But I do like to dabble in madness. I like to play with madness. Last time I did that, though, last time I really pushed the envelope on playing with madness, I almost went over the edge. So I'm just kind of calming that down. I'm not really doing the play with madness bit. Taking a break from that for a little while. I don't want to invoke more madness than I can handle. The world is a mad place already. I don't need to go seeking madness. It's all right here. It's all right in front of me. It's up, So no point in pushing it, But yeah, life goes on. I don't know how much longer it'll be for me. We're all dying of something, aren't we? Yeah. Yeah, we're all dying. What are you gonna do? Lack of power is my dilemma. Lack of power is my dilemma. Accepting that is the only real thing that I can see to to address it, deal with it, adapt and respond to the dilemma accordingly. If lack of power is my dilemma, I need to adapt and respond to that accordingly. Instead of trying to force some outcome, Anyhow, I'm just bullshitting for entertainment purposes. Any and everything I say could be wrong. That's why you should always do your own research and come to your own conclusions. I've been watching Gypsy Fox when he puts out videos. I like Gypsy Fox, man. Gypsy Fox is alright, man. I'd like to really like have like kind of like long conversations and kind of sort out what is going on in the mind of Gypsy Fox, you know? Just to kind of see where we align, because we definitely do align. Some stuff, some of it is very, some of his dialogue is very cryptic, to where I'm not sure if we align or don't, and it doesn't matter to me, but I just am curious about, like, you know, where we do align and where we don't. But he seems all right. I would never suggest any channels personally, though, because you always got to be careful on the internet. You don't know, on the internet, you don't know any of these people. You don't know me. You know, you don't know any of these people. You know, the channel that I enjoy, one of the channels I enjoy the most, surprisingly enough, is Mark Dice. Merely because he's entertaining. Like, when he puts out a video, it's entertaining. It's funny. It's short and sweet and to the point, and it's funny. And it just, it's lighthearted. It's not real heavy. Like, oh my gosh, you know, we really got to do something because everything is so terrible. You know, he don't get real heavy about shit. He just keeps it light and like points out all this ridiculous shit going on. You know, he's pretty good. It's like the best channel, you know, as far as that goes, as far as like trending and popular, which there isn't anything outside of that anymore. There aren't any regular, just like everyday people channels anymore. See, I'm trying to do just an everyday person channel. That's what Gypsy Fox is, like, an everyday person channel. But you don't see everyday people channels anymore. You can't find them. It's rare to find one. All there is left is what's on popular and trending. That's it. And I'm not a real big fan of that shit, so I don't. Yeah. But I do find that I enjoy watching the Mark Dice's channel. I think it's super funny. Like, almost every time I'm laughing, dude. And it kind of almost brings hope, where I'm like, yeah, at least there's some good news, you know. But I don't know. A lot of people don't like him too. You know, that's fine. Whatever. I don't know. There's nothing I could do. All there is popular and trending. It's all a bunch of fucking bullshit. You know. So that's all there is to choose from. You know, the pickings are slim. Used to be a lot more everyday people channels. They're all gone. I don't know why. It's still a big mystery as to why. How did that happen? What happened? Nobody has an explanation. Nobody can provide facts. Nobody can provide the facts as to what exactly happened to all these everyday people channels. Why did they all leave? Where'd they go? See, me personally, having run an everyday channel for like 7 years, I know why. But it doesn't matter. I could articulate it in a video, but that wouldn't matter, and it wouldn't do anything, and nobody would care. I mean, maybe a couple people would care, but that's important. It isn't that isn't important, but really, it should be known. Like, it should be like something that it shouldn't just be like where a couple people appreciate that information. It should be, well, it isn't readily available anyways. So by me saying it, it doesn't have that much of an impact on anybody, because it's not like mainstream. It's not popular and trending. So it's just some empty voice in the wilderness. I'm just an empty voice in the wilderness, you know. I'm not famous or an internet influencer, so my words just kind of fade off into obscurity. That's okay. I'm not complaining, you know. I've accepted a lot of things. I've come to accept a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things that I still have trouble accepting, though it would be in my best interest to just accept, you know, but I don't. But anyway, yeah. So I guess in a way I'm running out of stuff to say. I'm sure I could keep rambling on and on and on. I mean, I could try. If you want, I will try. I don't even know how long this has gone. But yeah, I could. And it might even be, you know, good or decent content, but whatever. You know, shadow banning, censorship, all that stuff makes it irrelevant, pointless. All there is pain. That's it. Anyhow, we'll just end it there, I suppose. Thanks for watching, whoever, you know. And I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing better than me. But if you are not, then remember, you're not alone. Right? We're in this together till the end. Alright, we'll see you.